Star Wars Outlaws is an open-world third-person game set in between Star Wars Episodes 5 and 6. The game is set to release next month, but not a lot of people seem to be too excited about it for a couple of reasons. The main reason is that the game is being published by everyone's favorite developer, Ubisoft. In the past few years, Ubisoft has been making a lot of bad decisions that have been upsetting fans, like telling them to start getting used to not owning their games, charging way too much for different versions of their games, and making mediocre games. Well, so far, judging by the gameplay, it's hard to tell. A lot of the gameplay looks good, but some of it looks boring. In the last gameplay that was shown, it didn't look that good, and it has fans saying to IGN, "Thanks for saving them money," which isn't a good look for a game that comes out in a month. The gameplay shown was kinda boring, and it spent most of the time having the main character looking for a tooth, which just isn't the type of gameplay you should be advertising. But that being said, they have released some good gameplay at the Ubisoft Forward event that looked good, but it still had fans worried because of the very little trust they have in Ubisoft, because Ubisoft has a bad record of advertising a game and then releasing something completely different. Personally, I do think I will like this game because it has a couple of things I like. It has stealth that surprisingly looks better than the past couple of Assassin's Creed games. The game seems to be extremely interactive, where you can build relationships with all the factions, and there is also ship combat and a free open world. This is all stuff I love to see in a game. The graphics also look good, and when traveling to another planet, there are no annoying loading screens like the ones in Starfield. That being said, there are some things about the game that do have me worried. The main story so far doesn't look that interesting. They're charging you extra on day one to play the Jabba the Hutt missions, and the side missions seem boring, which is kind of the norm for Ubisoft games. It seems like Star Wars Outlaws has a lot going against it, and if any other studio was making this game, things would probably look better for it. But to answer the question of if the game will be good and if it will be a success, that will depend on if the gameplay that has been shown is the game we are actually getting, and if the response from YouTube reviewers is good, because a lot of people seem to be waiting on what they think about the game before they buy it. I honestly think Star Wars Outlaws will be good, but only a mild success. But I could be wrong, so what do you think? Go ahead and comment down below your opinion on this, and don't forget to like and subscribe.